A couple of weeks ago, I reviewed Missy, the wig that I'm wearing that I purchased at Nell's Wigs. And today I'm going to give you an update on its wear. I'm also going to show you two other styles that I also purchased at Nell's Wigs. I'll leave all the links and everything down below. Before getting into the reviews and telling you how Missy has held up, for those of you that aren't familiar with Nell's Wigs, after I reviewed Missy, and there were a few things that she asked me to point out for those of you that are new to Nell's Wigs. First of all, these are very affordable wigs, budget friendly. They're priced, most of them, under $100, and there is customization that Nellie offers. It could be $15 for layers and cut, free if you want the lace cut. She offers different types of customization. However, going along with the customization, she is the only one that customizes. She doesn't have a team. It's only Nellie doing all of this herself. So when she gets a lot of orders, she has to pause the customization for a couple of weeks, for 10 days, depending on how many wigs she has to customize. So please bear with her in case you want to order customization and you see that it's paused. She unpauses it as soon as she catches up with all the orders that she has. Believe me, ladies, she gets a lot of customizations. I don't know how she does it. Nell's Wigs is a woman-owned company. It's just Nell working all by herself and her husband helps her with the packing and the shipping of the wig. So this is a one-woman show. Nellie does offer returns. However, when you go to a wig, you will see that there is an opt-out button for returns. If you opt out, then the wigs aren't returnable. If you leave a check, the way it's deferred that way, then you'll be able to return. But the last thing that Nellie wanted me to mention is if the wig that you want, if it says out of stock, if you scroll down on the wig page, you will see a little tab where it says email me with notification when available, or email me when available. Tap on it and enter your email, and Nellie will send you a notification as soon as it's back in stock. Once again, it's a one-woman company, so she can't have thousands upon thousands of wigs on hand. Sometimes she has 100 and they go fairly quickly. I'm going to start out with giving you the update on Missy. As I mentioned, I did review Missy about 2 weeks ago or so, like that. I wore Missy for about a week, every day, anywhere between 5 and 8 hours, because I wanted to see how Missy would wear. And I'm going to tell you, the tangling was minimal, if any. It's really incredible how well these fibers hold up. I did wash Missy. The first thing I did was I combed through with a wide tooth comb to make sure that there weren't any tangles. In a basin with cool water, I just added some, I think I used Estetica shampoo, put in a drop, dissolved it, washed it, just as I do with all of my other wigs. And I hung Missy up to dry, and that is all I have done. I have not added any heat to it. And of course you could add some more curls, you could straighten it. But I wanted you to see what it looked like right after washing. Let me give you a turn so you could see Missy on all sides. I had some comments when I reviewed Missy about the fibers, and that Futura fibers are so cheap, and I had all kinds of comments. I'm not even going to go there because it's not even worth it. But I did contact some of the major brands, and I asked them about their fibers, about Futura fibers. These are heat-friendly fibers, and if they used them, or what their thoughts were. And the opinion or the response that I received from these brands was basically, yes, Futura is a new fiber. Many of them are mixing it or blending it with their Moda acrylic fibers. And the difference between the two fibers is that the Futura fibers according to brands, and I contacted all the major brands that we know, they all said the same thing. These fibers have a more realistic feel than the Moda acrylic. So they are slowly transitioning to the Futura fibers. They also withstand heat a lot better than the Moda acrylic that we're used to. So this is more of a it's a newer fiber. Okay, that's what I have to say about that. And what I have to say about Missy. I do want to show you this. This is a wig cap grip that Nellie sent to me, and when I purchased, because I purchased probably 8 wigs from her, and she included one of these. She wanted me to try it out and let her know my thoughts. I think it is, and I think it's great. These are the type of wig cap grips that I really like because it's all one piece, and this material right here is very, very soft. We also have a silicone right there that will hold the wig in place. There's a lace front. It also has a lace front right here, which I don't really use, but it's got the part on there or the velvet on either side of the silicone, but it really does hold the wig in place. I've used it with my Nell's wigs, and I've also used it with many of my other wigs, and I think it works fantastic. There's a Velcro at the nape where you can tighten it or make it larger depending on your needs. I really think it's like somewhere between 8 and 10 wigs that I purchased from Nellie, because I really wanted to see what the differences were, how they fit, how they look. I want to see the color because they are so affordable, and I thought that many of you would think, okay, this is something that I really want, because we don't always have the $400 or $500 to spend on a wig. The one I'm going to show you right now, the original price is $129.99, so $130. This is Cissy, and it is a brunette with red auburn. I'm going to show you the cap first, because this one is a little bit different if you watched my review on Missy. With Cissy, we're going to have a temple to temple lace front, and we have a monofilament top, a full mono top. That's why it's a little bit more expensive than, say, Missy. This is a free part, and it's more of a lace, what we have here. The feel on it may be a little bit rougher, while on this one, on Cissy, it's very soft. Also, unlike Missy, on Cissy we have ear tabs and we have stays. We have a non-extended nape and Velcro adjusters. We also have a weft cap with stretch on it. See the difference in cap? This is Missy right here, and you see it's got the band, and it has the wefts that are covered in the soft material, while on Cissy we have the weft cap that we've seen. If you wear other brands, you're familiar with this type of cap. Unlike many of the wigs from major brands, where it only gives us the specs on the lengths and the front, the crown, the nape, those measurements, on Nell's website she will have also the fit, and plus she'll have all of the other measurements and what it fits on the front to back, the temple to temple, the ear to ear. She has all of those measurements on there if you need them. If you need the wig to be customized a little bit smaller, she could do that. Of course, she can't go bigger, but she can go smaller. With Cissy, the fit, it indicated that it fit between 21.5 and 22 inches. I'm 21.5, so I'm sure it's going to fit me fine. Just as we find on all of other of Nell's wigs, these are the Futura fibers, so they are heat-friendly fibers, and the density is 125. I feel that the density on Cissy is a little bit lighter than what I found on Missy. The original length for Cissy was 19 inches. I asked Nellie to customize it to 14 inches. I paid $130. It was $130, the original price, plus $15 for the customization of cutting it from 19 inches to 14 inches. And I believe I asked her to, I did ask her to cut the lace, which is free, and add a little bit more layers on the front. But that was really all I asked for. Since Chrissy fits 21.5 to 22 inches, I did cinch it in some. I absolutely love this color. All right, the fit is great once I cinched it in a little bit, but once again, if it's 21.5 to 22 inches, because I have 21.5, it fits me perfectly fine once I cinch it in. I'll show you the coverage. Here are the ear tabs, and they do have stays, and my very low hairline. The same on this side. Here is the ear tab. Let's take a look at the lace front. This color is a brunette with some auburn highlights. And as you can see, there's a little bit of the auburn highlights on the front. You can also see that the lace is lifting up a little bit. And something that I say, I think I've said this quite often, if the lace is lifting, it's not that the wig is defective. Manufacturers, brands, factories, they make every attempt for the measurement of the lace front to fit on everyone and lay flat. However, our foreheads are different, so it may lift a little bit on one person and may not lift so much on another. I have wigs from major brands that there's a style that it's going to lift up. So just something to keep in mind. And all I do, you could use It Stays, you could use the Walker tape. Personally, I can't talk enough about this product. I love this. This is the Ebon Lace Melt, the Sports Edition. It's not water soluble, so it does have to be removed with the wig adhesive remover. I do ask Nellie to cut the lace for me quite narrow, but you could ask her to cut it a little bit less if you ask her to cut it, or just cut it yourself. The original length on Chrissy was 19 inches, and I had it customized to 14 inches. Let me show it to you on all sides. Show you the part. Beautiful, realistic part. It's not dense. We really have the illusion of scalp. Just beautifully done. If I wanted to just give it a little bit of a lift or just train it off my face, these fibers are incredible. Just take the blow dryer, add a little bit of heat, and the fibers stay back. That's all really that's needed to do. If you like, I'll do a separate video just showing you how I do it. I just don't want to make the video that long. As for permatease, we really don't have any permatease to speak of, and I think the density is average. Maybe a little bit lower than average, and maybe a tiny little bit of permatease at the nape, if any, but it's really minimal. Chrissy is in the color, as I mentioned, brunette with red auburn highlights. There are chunky highlights here, which I personally like, but not everyone likes them. So I really want to point it out to you that we have that lighter auburn highlights running through, and the rest is the brunette seems to be blended with a cool red. So far, I think this is my favorite from Nell's Wigs. This next one that I'm going to show you is Rosanna. Rosanna has a free part, unlike just as Missy does. So it's about 6 inches by 13 inches. The 6 inches is going to be the measurement that we have from front to back on the full top, which can be parted in any direction. I try to stay away from wigs that say center part or left part, because I really don't like that fixed part. I rather have a free part where even if it's not perfectly straight, it could just move around and still have the illusion of scalp. What we consider the lace front is going to be from ear tab to ear tab, and that's about 13 inches. Unlike Chrissy, we are not going to have ear tabs on Rosanna, but we do have combs if you want to use them. We have an extended nape, we have hook type adjusters, and we have a detachable band that you can use if you like. You can make it smaller, you can make it larger, or you can remove it altogether. There are hooks on it where it could be removed very easily. There's also silicone on this band, so it's really going to adhere very well. And the rest of the cap is, the wefts are covered, but we do have a bit of stretch. The original sizing on Rosanna was 22 to 23 inches. I asked her to make it smaller. I did the customization to make Rosanna smaller to fit between a 21.5 and 22 inches. So if you decide to use the band, bring the band down, bring the wig over, and then adjust the wig. Now, because we don't have ear tabs on Rosanna, it's going to lift a little bit right there. See that? If you're going to wear your hair up. I don't wear my hair like that. So what I do is I just take some of these pieces over here. I apply the heat, and then it just stays flat. And that's all I need to do. I also use my handy dandy wig adhesive as well, but you could use It Stays or Walker tape if you like. The color on Rosanna is a salt and pepper. We have a medium gray with some lighter gray running through. Unlike Missy, where we had the kind of like the white front and then the ashy brunette in the back. The overall length on Rosanna was originally about 22 inches. I had her cut it to about 18 inches. The total for all the customization for cutting the length, adding a little bit of the lift on the front, and making it smaller, it was an additional $30. So I paid about $120 for Rosanna. I do want to show you the lace front. And once again, it's lifting up a little bit here on me, but that's okay because I'll just use the wig adhesive. I mean, for this price, I personally don't mind using a bit of wig adhesive. See, I have good coverage. All I have to do is just add a little bit of the adhesive there, and it'll be fine. I think as far as the density, I think the density is just average on Rosanna. I don't feel it being a really high density. It's listed as 130% density. I don't think it's high at all. But here's the root. Let's take a look at the part. There's not too much of an illusion of scalp, even though it's not dense. If you want the illusion of scalp, just add a piece of the silicone tape and that'll take care of that. Okay, as far as permatease, I really don't feel any permatease here. If there is, it's got to be minimal because I can barely feel it. Maybe there is some at the nape, but it is minimal. My opinion is that if you don't mind using the wig adhesive, if you don't mind using the Walker tape, and I think that they are incredible. The fibers feel realistic, and it only takes 5 minutes to add a little bit of adhesive. And if you wear your hair down, you don't even have to do that. If you have some bio hair, you could even pull some of the bio hair out. Let me know what you think about Rosanna and about Chrissy, and if you have any of Nell's wigs, let me know down in the comment. Share your thoughts, good, bad, positive, negatives, whatever you want to share, because that's going to help the other viewers as well. Thank you, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Bye.